What's up, y'all? All right, anger management moment. It's called anger management, not anger elimination. So I was talking to a client who said that she needed anger management courses. And I was like, okay, talk to me. She was like, well, she was at the range, I'm not gonna say which one, gun range. And she was like, there was this lady who was bothering her, and she was bothering her so much that, they got into a verbal discussion, a heated verbal discussion. And she was like, man, I was gonna set it up, but I had to walk away. I had to walk away because if I didn't walk away, it was gonna go down. And so I need your anger management class. I said, okay, I'll put you through the class, but it doesn't seem or sound like you need it as much. And she was like, why? Why would you say that? I was like, ma'am, understand this. It's called anger management, not anger elimination. Anger is a healthy emotion. You can't eliminate it. It's a part of you. Everybody has anger, but you managed it well. There are 3 things that people do with anger. They stuff it, they escalate it, and then when you learn about it, they manage it. Stuffing happens when you are told that your voice does not matter, that you're to be seen and not heard. When people, as children, are taught to please parents because parents can't take the truth of what their child is doing, what they are developing into, and what the child express because of them interacting with the world around them. When parents and adults can't take that, they often use their power, influence, and needs, sustainment, and fulfillment ability against the child and manipulate the child to doing what the child needs to do to please the parent. Children are never really allowed to express themselves and live because they always have to be perfect for insecure and unqualified parents who themselves are going through trauma in their own trauma bonds. No shame, no judgment. It is what it is. So you end up stuffing it because you're not allowed to express yourself. Like any type of pipe, too much pressure will cause it to bust. And that's where we have the next part, escalating, right? You escalate it. Now you're exploding on anyone. Unhealed people, to no fault of their own, but unhealed people hear, read, and respond with their triggers. I'll say it again. Unhealed people, to no fault of their own, hear, read, and perceive things and respond with their triggers. They don't hear with understanding because they themselves have not been understood. If you look at the word heart, it has 2 words in it beside art, which is a wonderful word, ear, and then hear. They have an ear, right? And they hear. But the parents and the caretakers need to have an ear for what the child is doing so that they can hear what the child is saying, so they can respond to what the child is saying and doing so they can help the child fix their problems and develop into a person who can then hear others. Children who are not heard don't develop an ear to hear others. I'll say it again. Children who are not heard and whose needs have not been met do not suddenly develop an ear to hear others and to respond to those needs with heart, okay? So you escalate everything. You escalate everything. And then society and culture wants to hold that child or the unhealed and unheard child within the adult. They want to hold that person responsible and accountable instead of listening to the unhealed and hurt child within that adult, or listening to the child who has yet to be heard, who is developing into an adult. We as a society punish escalating behavior. We don't try to understand it. It takes specialized and skilled people to have empathy for that person who's misbehaving, right? We're not approving of the behavior, but we understand why the behavior occurs, right? And then there's managing it. Once you gain the knowledge, skills, abilities, competence, confidence, and you are pressure tested. You are pressure tested. When you are pressure tested, right, then you can manage your anger. What my client went through was pressure testing. It was pressure testing, and she passed. That's outstanding. And I just had to build her up, because what society can also do, society can cause you to shame yourself in thinking that you did something wrong when actually you did something right. You managed it. She managed it. Now, can we all use more training? Yes. Can we all use refreshment of those skills? Yes. But she managed it well. Okay? So, I just want to leave that with you, that anger management doesn't mean that you're never going to be angry, right? It's just that when you are pressure tested, you have the skills to be able to respond to that pressure, because your training included pressure. Training that does not include pressure does not work. Police officers, training that does not include pressure does not work. This is Instructor Mike, and hopefully you've been trained. I love you, baby. Look, you can't be afraid to make that omelet by breaking those eggs. Not my quote. I learned that from the Joker. See, you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Talk to you soon.